Welcome to TalkFCB and welcome here to reaction following the Copa del Rey final, which was not won by Barcelona tonight. It was won by Valencia, who were absolutely superb on the night. They executed a game plan, certainly hit us on the counter-attack several occasions. Could have been more than their 2 goals, but they have won overall by 2-1. And of course, at the end of this game, what I've been doing now is potentially waiting for Ernesto Valverde to announce his resignation. And unfortunately, guys, that hasn't happened. Ernesto Valverde has not resigned, and once again here, it's not just the fact that he hasn't resigned, it's not just the fact that once again Bartomeu has been a coward, he hasn't sacked him, he hasn't even spoken to Valverde yet. Actually, it's the opposite. I said yesterday on Twitter, I have never ever seen a Barcelona coach that has been defended as much as Valverde. By players, by the board, even by journalists in Barcelona. This man has been more defended than Pep Guardiola. When Pep Guardiola had failures at Barcelona, he was shot down by some journalists. Even the board at the time started to turn against him. There was real infighting there. Guardiola wasn't defended. Luis Enrique, exactly the same. 2 club legends there. They properly played for the club season upon season. They've given it as a player and they gave it as coaches too. They were not defended in this way. And of course, when Luis Enrique couldn't take this team any further, after he'd done everything, a historic treble, he'd won the Champions League in his first season, he felt that he couldn't take this team any further. So he said, look, even before the season ended, he said, look, I can't do this anymore. I'm stepping aside. I'm stepping down. Barcelona here need new ideas. Even Tata Martino, the decision was there. It had to be taken. He didn't quite win any trophy, but he was dramatically close to actually winning trophies. But the decision was taken to move on in a new direction. But with Valverde, it does not happen. Bartomeu comes out after tonight's game, instead of actually thinking about Valverde's future, instead of considering things, he says the following words here. He says, Valverde has a contract. Today's defeat is not his fault. He didn't say it's not all Valverde's fault. He didn't say it's not all about the manager. The players, of course, have got to play their part. He actually there absolved Valverde of any blame. He said it's not his fault. Well, whose fault is it then? Is it the players? Is it the players' fault? Because then you'd think, well, this summer, you're going to take out some of those key players. You're going to ruffle up this squad. You're going to sell quite a few of those. If it's not the manager, it has to be the players. But no, this summer, you can guarantee Bartomeu will carry on that cowardice. He will not sell any of these key players. He will not move on any of those big personalities. And we'll be stuck next season with the same coach and the same core of players that have been letting us down this season time and time again. For me, it resonates from Valverde. We saw that again today. It was a defensive lineup. It was a completely defensive first half from us. In the second half, straight away then, just when Valverde thought his future may be on the line, first time ever, he actually throws on Malcolm at half time and the game completely changes with that attacking sub. But at the same time here, this is what the players wanted. They keep coming out saying they want Valverde to stay. They keep coming out saying this is the right direction. We want to continue on this same path. Well, if you want to continue on this path, you can't hide behind anyone. Tonight, again, disgraceful. Disgraceful performance. You've lost out on yet another trophy. You've let down again in another final. As soon as we conceded that first goal, did we ever look like turning it around? Not really. Yes, Messi got us back in the game, but those players there, they don't have the mentality. Certainly under Valverde, they don't have the fight, they don't have the courage to actually get themselves back in these kind of situations, and that won't change. I genuinely believe right now we are stuck in a rut with Valverde at the helm, with Bartomeu above him, and everybody at this club right now is doing anything they like. Every single member of this team, the key players, Valverde, the board, they're just going around doing their own thing without a care in the world. They are so disconnected right now from us fans, and I actually feel right now like me, you guys, all of us together as fans, we're actually more united than we've ever been. Usually there's a sort of difference in opinion, there's a divide, there's often a different outlook in these kind of things, but right now I actually feel like we are all genuinely united. We want Valverde out. We're very unhappy with the board. We're very unhappy with this group of players. You look at it out there on the pitch today, once again, very poor individual errors. Jordi Alba, somebody who's coming out really wanting Valverde to continue, absolutely jumping on the bandwagon, saying that he wants him to stay, that he's given him new life. Once again out there today, in a very key moment, in a very key game, Jordi Alba got shredded on that left-hand side. Carlos Soler, who's actually more of a centre midfield player, but he plays in a sort of wide midfield role, he's not a pacey player, but he destroyed high Jordi Alba pace on that right-hand side. That's where the second goal comes from. Even the first goal, it's Gameiro who skips past Jordi Alba. And again today, it's those individual errors out there on the pitch with players who are perfectly comfortable. Jordi Alba knows, just like many else of those players out there today, they're going to come back next season. They're going to be in the team, week in, week out. Same story. Things won't change. That is why, for me, in the summer coming, we needed a new direction. Did that happen? Is that going to happen? Right now, it is extremely unlikely. This is what Ernesto Valverde had to say after the game. This is a picture of him here in his press conference. The smiling assassin. That actually genuinely makes me feel sick looking at that. He actually said here, we tried. Again, what is that? What kind of quote is that? After a cup final, we tried. Well, that's the kind of the least I'd expect from a Barcelona team. That's kind of what I'd expect going out there performing in front of all of these fans. You should try. You should go out there and try. But even tonight at times, it wasn't. They didn't even try at times. They didn't even bothered half the time. Valverde said, I'm fine. They asked him about his future. They asked him about how he's feeling. He said, I'm fine. He said, when you lose, you're always worse than when you win. But right now, I'm feeling okay. 15 days ago, we thought of a treble. And in the end, it wasn't like that. He was then asked, of course, once again about his future. He said, is it difficult to continue for me? He said, look, coaches are always willing to turn things around. If they give me a choice between getting eliminated in the final or getting eliminated in the quarterfinals, I prefer to get eliminated in the final. How about this, Ernesto? Just an idea for you. How about we don't get eliminated at all, just like in the Champions League? How about we actually go about games in an attack-minded sense? How about we take games by the scruff of the neck and actually go and win them instead of being eliminated? How about that with a view to next season? But like I say, guys, my faith right now is on the floor with this club simply because of how it's being run. From the very top there, you can see, like I say, Bartomeu already jumping the defence there of Ernesto Valverde. Even Gerard Piqué came out in the aftermath of the game. He said, look, I've said before, we do want Valverde to stay, but it's not in our hands regarding his future, and we've got to evaluate the season and see how it's gone. And at the end of the day, like I've said before, if the players want to go down this road, if the players want Valverde leading them into next season, go and do it then. Go and do it. We will watch you next season, but if you crumble, if you fail, if you do not succeed, hit the targets that we demand as fans, once again, it will be on your own. You will be out there very lonely without the support of us. Because we have been here this season. We have supported this team once again, as we have done now for the entire time. We've had highs, we've had lows. Yes, you can lose games. We'll accept that. You can lose trophies, you can lose finals, you can lose semi-finals, you can lose quarterfinals. It happens in football. We do not expect perfection. What we do expect, though, is a club who has a genuine idea and a genuine plan and a structure and a clear idea about that style of play, that identity, that philosophy. Today, again, nothing. Nothing at all on that pitch there. If you change the kits around, didn't look like a Barcelona team. That first half, Valencia was so good on the counter-attack every single time they picked the ball up. They had an identity. Marcelino has shaped that team there to, yes, they are defensive, but you know what? When they're defensive and when they're given a chance to actually counter-attack, they are productive. They're destructive on the counter-attack. They tore us to shreds there in the transitions. What did we do? What did we actually do once again out there today? It was poor from the players. But look, this is what they wanted. This is what the board wanted. They want Valverde to stay. He is clearly comfortable in his job. He's not got any pressure above him. He's not got any pressure from the players. So you know what? Just let them get on with it. A lot of people during the game were saying to me, how are you feeling right now? Because I was tweeting, Valencia scored, goal, Valencia scored again, another goal. Very calm. Because at the end of the day, guys, I know a lot of you felt exactly the same way. If we were going to lose that game, we were going to lose. Nothing I can do about it. Nothing that we can do about it. We're not on the pitch there. It's the players who've decided to go down this road. Therefore, deal with it. We are emotionally invested in this team. Of course we care. But at the same time, if this is what they want, just let it happen. There's nothing we can do. They have made their bed. Now go and lie in it. And it really is difficult, guys, to say what is going to happen this summer, what we're going to do now, how do we move on, how do we really establish ourselves throughout the transfer window, moving on to next season with a new kind of optimism. And it is difficult. I don't actually know right now what I'm going to do over the summer because, of course, I want to keep making videos for you guys. Of course, I want to come back here and engage with you because, like I say, I actually feel like we're more united than ever on the channel. And that's really important to me. And I think all of us right now are going through something which is very difficult, but we're doing it together. That's the most important thing. What I do want to do is, of course, talk about Copa America. That's going to be coming up very soon. At the end of the day, guys, we've got to try and move on. And I think right now with Barcelona, we've got to leave it there. The season is over. Finally, that's our last game of the season. I want to kind of forget the name Valverde now. I want to kind of forget the name Bartomeu until August. Let's just forget that. There's going to be transfer rumours. There's going to be other stuff going around. But I just want to focus on some other things. We can talk about some other things, can't we? Let's hope that we can do that. Because right now, Barcelona are being led into the ground and it genuinely hurts. It really, really does hurt. I want to get angry. I want to get upset. But at the end of the day, guys, should we do that to ourselves? Should we do that to ourselves knowing that these players, this board, this manager, they all want this. They all want this. So go and continue. Go and do that. If you really want to go down that road, just continue and just see where it takes you. And so that is all today from me, guys, on the channel. A Copa del Rey final defeat for Barcelona 2-1 by Valencia, and Ernesto Valverde remains in his job. Leave your thoughts in the comments down below, guys. Thank you for coming back. I know it would have been difficult to watch this. I know it would be very difficult to even get involved in the comments down below, but thank you for that. I really do appreciate it. I'll be back soon with some different kind of things. I think we all need that right now. But until then, as always, whatever happens, Visca El Barça.
Barça, Barça.